Meanwhile, the United Nations and Bangladesh have signed a memorandum of understanding to work together in aiding the protection and management of the Rohingya refugees on the controversial island in the Bay of Bengal. Now, more than 19,000 people out of nearly 1 million Rohingya refugees in southern Bangladesh have already been moved to the Bhasan Char Island by the government. The United Nations has said that one of the key reasons to sign the memorandum is to start servicing that population. Earlier, the United Nations and other humanitarian groups had criticized the relocation, saying that the island was simply not fit for habitation. Now, the island used to be regularly submerged every time there was a high tide. But the government has now said that it's been fitted out with protective sea walls. Hospitals, schools and also places of worship have been put in place. Now, the UNHCR believes that significant infrastructure has been put in place by the Bangladeshi government to offset the environmental hazards in the Bhasan Char Island.
When we went to the island in March, we could see for ourselves that the government had put in place significant infrastructure to protect the place against any future cyclones, heavy monsoon, erosion. We knew that this was work in progress, that the government has been further enhancing these emergency preparedness measures and also what we call disaster risk reduction measures.
The Van der Klaus said that the memorandum further states that the movement of the refugees back and forth from the island to the main camps in southern Bangladesh will be permitted on a conditional basis. Refugees also will have a chance to earn a livelihood through odd jobs that will be accessible once aid organizations are set up on the island.
If ever future refugees move to Bhasan Char, it is on an informed and voluntary basis, and they have freedom of movement around on the Char. Third, we have also put in this memorandum that the management of the settlement is in civilian hands and is of a humanitarian nature, because this island started as a Navy base. And there's still Navy personnel, but once we start cooperating, for the UN or for UNHCR, it's important that we maintain the humanitarian and civilian nature of such a settlement.
Now, most Rohingya refugees say that they do not want to relocate. Many have in fact escaped back to the mainland.
শুধু মানুষের টিয়া ফুসালে না সব কিছু না এটা যায় না মানুষের জীবা গো মেন্টালি গো জীবা প্রেসার পড়ে এবার প্রায় 1 বছর থাকিলে হয়তো মানুষ বেকন হাফ মেন্টালি যাই এটা ইউএন গিয়ে তাই বলি যাই আবার যাই এলে কোনো সিদ্ধান্ত পরিবর্তন এবার কোনো সুযোগ নেই এটা জানে যে হস্টগুম পাই হস্ট হয়তো সারা জীবনও বলি না হয় জম.
Now, remember, an estimated 700,000 to perhaps even as many as 1 million Rohingyas had to flee from Myanmar into refugee camps in Bangladesh since August 2017, when the Myanmarese military began a very harsh crackdown on the majority Muslim ethnic Rohingyas following an attack by insurgents. They joined hundreds of thousands of others who had fled to Bangladesh over a span of decades due to persecution in Myanmar.
আজ এদেশতে আমার বাপ দাদা এদেশতে এদেশ যাইম বুঝি এদেশ মা বাবা আত্ম আছে দি এদেশ যাই বললে বাজি দি আজ আজ অন্য দেশে যাই বললা অন্য দিয়া যাই বললা অন্য জায়গা যাই বললা সোনার তাল দুধবার দিনও আজ নেই আর দেশ আজ যাই বললা আজ বিবা তা গাওয়া তা যাই বললা বলে আর দেশ খুশি দি.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.